Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 26 of our All the Mods 9 to the Sky Let's Play series. Where today we are automating Powah with AE2 to get us up to the Nitro tier, and honestly, it's pretty dang simple. If you have AE2 set up, let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of TheAndrata. Where today, well, I think that we need to start taking care of Powah. We set up Powah long ago, many episodes ago, and we've kind of just sort of had it bare bones automated, as in there's pretty much no automation done at all. It's just filtered on laser IO and everything there. And I'm at the point where we're starting to need more power. Our 3 spirited thermo generators have been doing us pretty well here, but we'll see in a moment. 2 of them are actually drained out of all their power, and the other one kind of fluctuates every once in a while depending on what machines are running at any given moment. So yeah, I think getting into Powah and working on getting our nitro crystals, we need to get into nitro crystals anyway for all the modium and everything. So I think that's where we're going to take today's episode and start working on trying to automate Powah. And I think it should be actually pretty simple. Utilizing a pattern provider, right? In blocking mode, and we should just be able to throw that on the energizing orb and it should work. I think the only thing I don't know is item output, but we can see if laser IO can handle the item output super simply. But yeah, anyway, that's where we're at. Anyway, last episode we had left off, we had been working with Industrial Foregoing over there, and I had made that mob slaughter factory or whatever. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I have that set up for our pink slime. So if we pop on over here, oh, I left the range on. If we pop on over here, you're going to see I have the mob slaughter factory inside of here, right next to our mob grinder. And on the left and the right side, I went ahead and made quantum and entangleporters. And we're going to talk about those in just a moment. They are absolutely, I say this a lot, but they're one of my favorite pieces of Minecrafting from Mechanism, because they handle transfer of a lot of stuff super simply, and they're not terribly too expensive. But anyway, so we have our quantum, our mob slaughter factory set up here. It has a range upgrade of a +3. I taught the system how to make a few range upgrades. So this allows it to encompass the entire area and a little bit. I probably could have gone with a +2 if I really wanted to, because I need to go out, 1, 2, 3, something like that. I don't remember what the default range is, but it works. I'm not gonna, it doesn't bother me if something spawns on the outside of there, and it's fine. Notice that I have it left that the mob crusher is able to still operate and run, because the mob slaughter factory, though does run fairly quickly, isn't fast enough to instantly kill the mobs. So the mob slaughter factory or the mob grinder can still do its thing, and we still get experience and we still get mob drops as we go. It's just we're kind of sort of sharing now between the two inventories, right? So we have our pink slime coming out of the right side and liquid meat coming out of the left, and you can see those are configured here. And then we have our quantum entangleporters set up, and those are chilling out back at home. So a quantum entangleporter from Mechanism, if you never know, it's kind of sort of like our ender chests, right? It allows you to entangleport, and it allows you to entangle a block and teleport. That's entangleporter. So you can set 2 of them up and set them onto a specific channel. So if we pop over here, we're going to see I put these down here. So I have this currently set to the pink slime input frequency. So that is hooked up to that mob slaughter factory on the right side. And then I just have it pushing fluids out to the top here, which is linked to this drawer. And then the same thing for our liquid meat. I did go ahead and throw some upgrades into there. So we have 2 diamond upgrades. And while I was at it, I went ahead and did the same over here for our lava and linked it up to the system too. Actually, I linked it up to the system a while ago, but I upgraded the lava. So that way we can just have all these liquids available inside of our AE system, right? Pretty simple. So now we have pink slime and liquid meat available to us. The only other liquid from Industrial Foregoing that we're going to need is ether gas, which can go ahead and chill there once we get that going. But in order to get ether gas, we have to get a wither stasis chamber set up and milk the wither and everything. And that takes a lot of power. I believe it's like 20,000 RF per tick. So we need to get Powah going so we can get better power overall set up. Okay, makes sense? Got it? Good. So with all that being said, let's get started. Let me go drop this experience off over here. And by the way, if I sound a little under the weather or anything like that, or I keep clearing my throat, after I got back from Iceland, I tested positive for COVID. Yay, gotta love flying on planes. Despite me wearing a mask and everything, since I am immunocompromised, I still picked up COVID. So it is what it is. I'm fairly asymptomatic and everything, but the medication that I'm taking, Paxlovid, which is a antiviral remedy for COVID or something, makes my mouth taste nasty. I hate the way that this is making me feel, or not feel, but just the taste in my mouth is gross. So if I keep making noise or clearing my throat, it's because of that. But anyway, yeah, it should be getting better soon. Like I said, I'm asymptomatic other than a cough, so not too bad. Okay, so Powah. So if we take a look at this, our thermo generator here, we're empty, right? It's generating 4,200 RF per tick, and there is not enough buffer for it to fill up its battery. Same thing applies over to this one, too. He is empty. All of the power is going straight into our ender cell. This guy over here is chilling every so once in a while. You can see that he does drop down, but then he goes back up and then drops down and goes back up. So we've kind of sort of like, we are perfect for our power right now. Okay, like we have balanced our power fairly perfectly. We don't need more, we're not using more, but we're not also generating more. We probably have a slight net gain on our power overall for everything we are using, but we're going to start adding more machines on, of course, and that's going to start taking more and more power overall. Especially we're going to expand these phytogenic insulators because we're going to want, more, because like I need nitro crystal seeds and things like that. So we need to get this taken care of. Now, could I just make another spirited thermogenerator and throw those over there too and be chill? Absolutely. But why not get it up to nitro? We need to get to nitro anyway because part of making all the modium is nitro crystals. So we need to have that to get to the all the modium. And that's kind of sort of our next major step, is getting ourselves all the modium ingots. You know what? And what I want to do is I'm going to say, okay, to get all the modium, we need this, and this. All that stuff's going to need to be automated anyway. So we'll set that up so that way we can start working towards this chain of things and seeing what we need to get all that stuff. But anyway, so we need to get nitro crystal seeds in order to do it. So we might as well just power through on Powah. And it should be fairly simple, right? Our prior automation to this, we would put items in here and then our laser node would handle the inputs and the outputs, which I think we're still going to utilize laser IO to help us out with this, except now we don't need to have it all go into a barrel, and we actually don't need to have laser IO pull anything out of anything other than our this guy, right? We're going to extract from the energizing orb, and then we can place into a pattern provider. Now I'm trying to think, I'm going to end up having to have two laser nodes because I'm going to need one on top of the pattern provider and then one on top of the energizing orb. I don't think there's any way going to be around that. So let's get ourselves another laser node. But I think we should be able to fairly simply handle this with a pattern provider. And just taking it and slapping that bad boy like, you know what? And if I'm going to be having to set up another laser node, I'll make this look nicer and we'll put that down there. So now this is going to be attached to there. And then we should be able to have items get pulled out of there and put into here if I do the thing. Nope, that's not going to work because I need to have access. We can put this... Yeah, I guess this guy's just gonna have to chill here. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Because we have to have a cable come into this. So, hey, that's convenient. Look at TheAndrata pre-setting stuff up in places, making it super convenient for himself to actually, bam, look, we ran that in. And we have our pattern provider set up here going, oh, give me that back, thank you, into our energizing orb. Okay, so if we go into here, this should show us energizing orb, right? I think I have to go, yeah, energizing orb. Okay, cool. So it's linked to there. So what we need to do is we need to teach the system some recipes for this. And the important thing, though, is that we need to have it on blocking mode so that we don't have items go into this if there are items already inside of the inventory. Basically, we only want the pattern provider to push exactly as many of a recipe in there as one craft demands. Does that make sense? So let's go ahead and see. We'll test this with hardened, because it's the easiest one for us to test. So we'll go ahead and say, hey, I want you to make, I'm sorry, it's not hardened, it's energized steel that we use for this. So I want you to make energized steel. You're going to put an iron and a gold into there, and we'll get 2 out of it. So if I put this into here and I request, let's say 16 energized steel, it should only put 1 of those in there. Now we have nowhere for that to go. So we need to go ahead and get a laser node set up here. We're going to put the laser node here, and we're going to say, hey, buddy, I need you to link to this one. So you get linked to there, to there, to there. Why are you telling me connection range exceeds? Are you linked? Am I just not seeing a laser? Link. Okay, I'm just going to have to assume it is linked. But anyway, we're going to say, okay, you're going to extract from here, and I have the extract set to the orange channel apparently. So we're going to go ahead and say here, you're going to go ahead and insert, but you're going to insert on the orange, and you can clear out this filter. That doesn't make a difference. Yeah, see, it's not extracting. Insert default, no filter on the orange. These two aren't linking together. Why is that? Is that haste that I have going on too fast for this? Oh, wait, it is. Huh? Did it do it? It kind of, oh, it did. Okay. It's just not showing the laser. Do I have the laser turned off here? I do. Well, TheAndrata, you're a dingus. There we go. Look, if I would have just left my laser turned on, we would have known that it's working. Oh, but it worked. There we go. We got our energized steel. Sorry about that. So now we can just teach this pattern provider how to make all of the different things from Powah, right? So we can go ahead and say, hey, I want you to make blazing crystals. You can go ahead and go to pattern mode, but blazing crystals is going to be, we can do blaze rods, right? That's cheaper. We can make spirited crystals. That's emerald. We can go ahead and make niotic crystals. That's diamonds. And we can go ahead and make nitro crystals, which should just be these things. We are going to have to teach the system how to make a block of blazing crystal. Can I? Okay, so that's 810,000 RF. If we do it this way, that's 9 times 9, 810,000. So it really doesn't make a difference which one we do. I just imagine that doing this would be slightly faster. So we'll do this, and then we'll just teach you how to make a blaze mesh, which is just combining those. That way it's only 1 craft that has to be done at a time instead of we have to wait for 9. Maybe that's faster. Let's go ahead and throw those in there. And it looks like I'm going to probably need to upgrade to a higher tier pattern provider because, as we know, all the modium here is going to require all of this stuff. Might as well just teach that too while I'm here. But it's going to require all that stuff to get done as well. So we'll see what happens. But let's go ahead and throw this into here and let's see, can we get nitro crystals crafted? We should have everything we need, right? We have the nether star essence. It should be blocking mode. So yeah, look, it's working. It's working beautifully, actually. And then that'll pull out the output, put it in, and nitro crystals are done. We have 16 nitro crystals available to us. That was simple. Like, that was easy. Isn't there that button? That was easy when you go to Staples or something like that. So with that being said, now we can go ahead and do all the things with nitro crystals. So our goal would be to get ourselves a thermo generator of the nitro tier. So we need to teach the system how to make all of the nitro tier things. So we need nitro capacitors. And then that looks to be it. Nitro capacitors, you get turned into baby ones. We're going to want energizing rods too to upgrade our energizing rods. We're going to have to we want to allow substitutions on this because these are going to have NBT data. So we need to make sure that we get that correct. What else are you used for? Energy cell nitro, but I have to make... Yeah, we want the ender cell nitro is what I would want. Probably another battery too. But that battery holds 2 billion power. Dang. Probably going to want this thing. Do I need to teach the system that, though? No, not necessarily. Anyway, let's go ahead and teach the system these 2 things here. And let's go ahead and say, okay, I want to get, honestly, I want to get this as fast as I can because when I take this out, we are going to start losing power. Let's go ahead and make 16 of those. We already have 4 available. It's going to do the thing. Blaze rods, how are we doing? I know we have those EMC'd. We have 1,200 of them. It might be prudent for me to just make, like, get a ender chest set up on this and just have the blaze rods be set it up going into our system. Because right now I just have it like this. So let's get a ender chest going. And then we'll get a pipe, but we're going to need to filter it. So we have to go with the advanced. And pipes. Item pipe. Okay. Now this is going to be a pain because it's going to immediately start sucking that cobble into the system, but it is what it is. We'll go ahead and we can actually pipe all of these things so we can extract as needed. We don't need to do the other ones at the moment, but yeah, okay. So that's going to start extracting. We need to put this in here. We need to filter, and we are going to whitelist blaze rods. Add blaze rods. Submit. So now it should only pull the blaze rods out of here. Man, we're going to run into that problem again, aren't we? Because this inventory is now full, it's going to jam up. And it won't. How can I solve this? I need like some of these slots to stay open. But this is just generating so much cobble. And it takes so long for this to go. See, watch what happens. Once it hits that, what is it, 1024? It's stuck. It can't do anything. Now, it is happening in the background. There is more cobble being put in. But yeah, as soon as I put that in, it's going to pull it out. Okay, that's a problem for another day. We're going to have to figure out how to handle that. Slowing down the input of cobble, I don't think is necessarily going to help. I need one of these slots to stay open. This is where that precise exporter from AE2 would come in handy, isn't it? Man. All right. Well, we'll figure that out. At least our blaze rods are in the system. And we should have those nitro things now. So if I go ahead and I teach the system how to make these, and then I say substitutions off, please, I should be able to just throw these in there and request the craft really quick. And it should just do the thing, right? If I throw this in there and I say, hey, I want a Powah thermo generator of nitro. I never taught it thermal plates. Okay. Now we are bleeding power, I'm sure. Yeah, we've already burnt through 80,000 RF. That's very fast, actually. We want to go here, teach the system how to do these. And then blaze powder, how are we doing? 25,000. We get that from sieving, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so now if I say I want the at Powah thermo, if I want one of these, now we should be able to do it pretty easily. It's crafting up. And we got it. Okay. Now, how much power is this going to generate? It generates 3,500 by default. So now it generates 9,000. So it literally doubles how much power we're generating. So each one of those is worth 2 of these. 1 in the hands, worth 2 in the bush, so they say. So these thermo generators, we're going to want 2 more of these. And there we go. That was quick. Bam and bam. So now we are generating 9,800 RF. So we need to go ahead and get our cables upgraded. And at this point, let's take a look at the cables. Like Mechanism's ultimate cables, they can transfer more power, can't they? If I look at the one with bulb, that can transfer 3.27 million RF per tick. Is that what I'm getting out from there? So maybe Mechanism's cables are going to be much more efficient for us in this, since this is maxed out now. This can't get any faster. I know I have some in here. I just have a lot of stuff. Why is it not cycling through the universal cables? Yeah, look, it's not cycling through all the cables. Are you kidding? There we go. And then we need to set these to be extracts, right? We don't want those to be... It should not be going the other way, right? It's draining, though. No, it looks like it is going the other way. Okay, so we want those to be extracts. I have the configurator somewhere here. Extract, extract, extract. Now that should be filling back up. But it's not. Every face should be extract. Yep. Interesting. Why are we draining? And these are backstuffing. It's like power's not coming out of these into this. You're set to receive an extract from all sides, but it's draining. Interesting. Well, let's see if we can't then upgrade these cables to the Nitro tier. Teach the system how to make these. Do I need to do it? I mean, I guess I don't need to do it from the upgrade. That's fine. Make a set, please. Dielectric rods horizontal. Are you kidding me? Sure, whatever. I need to fix that. I need to teach the system how, but I'm waiting on those things. So you know how to make vertical ones, right? Yeah, so then just turn those horizontal. It's not a big deal. Thank you. And then give me my Nitro cables. And then figure out why this is not wanting to do the thing. Okay, now those are draining, and this is filling up. Weird. Weird that the mechanism cables were not wanting to work there. Because the mechanism cables, I mean, this is 1 million RF, where these were 3 million. So, I mean, significantly more from the mechanism ones, but it didn't work. So it's fine. Whatever. We'll leave that there as is. Okay, so that is those upgraded. Now these two, they are actually also, well, they're all still drained because this is completely out of power. I'd like to see where we end up with this once it becomes fully powered, but we do want to upgrade our ender cell. So we did this. We want an ender cell of Nitro tier, which is fairly cheap and simple to craft. Now this only has a 200 million buffer. This has a 480 million. I believe I can just put this into here though, right? Like if I do this, oh yeah, actually that channel has 480 million. So now this can just input and output power faster, 2 million RF versus 400,000 RF. So that's pretty good. And that's our ender cell, so we have wireless power wherever we need to. Our player transmitter at Spirited tier, we can go ahead and upgrade this. So we want the player transmitter, but we're going to want the Nitro tier of it. Bada bing, bada boom. There's that. We can go ahead and place that there and put our binding card in there. And there we go. Now that has a 2 billion power buffer. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is going to drain all of our power so fast. Wow. And it's a 2 million buffer or 2 million RF power transfer. So then the only other thing that we need to upgrade is these energizing rods, which we should be able to do fairly simply by throwing those into the system as well. And then saying, hey, I want energizing rods, but I want the Nitro tier. I have 5 of those, so let's get 5 of these. Missing 5 blocks of smoky quartz. Okay. No, I'm not, because that's not supposed to be part of the recipe. Nitro thingies. You have block of smoky quartz in you. Weird. Okay, let's do this, and what is the actual recipe for this? It's just quartz. So let's go quartz block. Thank you. And we are not allowing, oh no, we are allowing substitutions on that. My bad. Oh no, my AE system ran out of power. This thing is taking literally all of the power. Does it maintain power if I, you know what? Do that. It's literally maxing that out at 2 million each. But this is still only barely at 1 billion. Okay. That should be okay. It should be fairly quick to get that done. You know what? Let's do this too. Fill it up. Okay, now that should be filling up, and now we have power again. Okay, there we go. Whew, that was a little scary. These go back here, so now we should be able to get the nitro. 5 of those. Blocks of quartz, really? You don't know how to make those? Be right back. Okay, there we go. Nitro everything. Now our power here, we are positive. So I'm going to be curious to see if these are able to hold their buffer, each one generating 9,800 RF per tick. I mean, we got basically 30,000 RF per tick here. But I don't see why I couldn't expand this and then make this like, you know, bigger. And just stretch this out and get what 1, 2, 3, 4 more of these, and that would be. I mean, I'm pretty sure that would hold our power for quite a long while. Can I request? The question is, the nitro thermal generator. Can I do this? No, I need to actually teach the system how to make all of the different tiers, because when we made these ones, or the ones that we had before, I had those done manually, not with the system here. So that is my goal. In between episodes, I'll go ahead and teach the system how to do that craft chain, and then I'll get 2 more of these going. So that way we can get full power here and not have to worry. And we will be generating a pretty decent amount of power. I mean, between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we're going to be making 70,000 RF per tick. I mean, that's still not like ridiculously crazy. Honestly, the generator from Powah might make more, but this also is literally just running off of 1 sink of water. Literally doesn't even have an upgrade on it. It's 100 millibuckets per tick, and these things are maintaining, and they are filling up their buffers. So it's really not that big of a deal. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one. Have a good one.